you noticed lately? The weather, so funny, not predictable. Ask Tigra, ask Bunny, it's our climate creation. You've totally seen the sixth extinction, the Anthropocene. This newest extinction started with climate disruption. It's happening now, it's the season's interruption. No longer gonna be spring, summer, or fall, just gonna be weather because of us all. We've changed the climate. I know it's obscene in the sixth extinction, the Anthropocene. The earth doesn't mind, well, maybe the coral. We're acting irresponsibly, it's rather immoral. Denying our emissions, tossing carbon in the air. We're not slowing down, just showing we don't care. Discarding our pollution, harming countries much less wealthy. Are we really that obtuse? Wait, I need to take a selfie. There's really no good reason. Harming billions, getting worse. I blame it on convenience, the capitalist curse. We've changed the climate. I know it's obscene in the sixth extinction, the Anthropocene. I like my comforts too. I like the dollars and the cents. I'm an American. I expect utmost convenience, but if convenience is the only thing we have to sacrifice, you don't have to ask me twice. I will do it for the ice, because corporate greed was the basis ending climate homeostasis. Are these habits we formed at birth really worth ruining the earth? With our collective power, the power of our purse, we reduce our carbon footprint, we undo this capitalist curse, we change the climate. I know it's obscene in the sixth extinction, the Anthropocene. I'm not trying to create a panic. Wait a minute, yes I am! You don't want to talk about it. Should I go and get a spray tan? We can slow production of catastrophic emissions. We can do it now of our own volition. Reducing our pollution is the undeniable solution. New technologies, we can't wait. It will be too late. Reduction into action. Habits in reverse. Reduction into action. Undo this capitalist curse. We've changed the climate. I know it's obscene in the sixth extinction, the Anthropocene. Reduction into action. Habits in reverse. Reduction into action. Undo this capitalist curse. We've changed the climate. I know it's obscene in the sixth extinction, the Anthropocene. Thank you. Thanks everybody for coming out. It's great to see everyone. My name's ReReDuce. You can find me on YouTube, and we're doing a live YouTube right now, actually. The Anthropocene, what is it? So in geology, scientists measure time periods by extinctions, and they name them. And the newest one they named is the Anthropocene. Anthro means human, and scene means era. And it's the human era when we are changing the climate with our emissions, and that's why it's called the Anthropocene. The Earth has remade itself 6 times. It's been freezing cold, then it gets warm, and then it gets hot, and it burns up, and then it goes back to freezing cold again. And we're in the 6th iteration of that. Now, I am not Nancy Reagan, the Nancy Reagan of climate change, asking for abstinence, but I'm here to promote reduction and to try to get people to be aware of their carbon footprint and reduce their carbon footprint in order that we can slow down climate change and for the children of the future. Yes, let's do it for the kids. Americans have some of the highest carbon footprints in the world. We use 10 times, we emit 10 times the average. We're living very large, and we can reduce some and help things out. So with that in mind, you can hit it for the next song. I was riding on my bike through the countryside, all fields and trees and sunny skies. Feeling a little hungry, I saw a cow herder roll up to his stand and ordered me a burger. But wait a minute now, I checked my disposition. I think I might have a burger addiction. Addiction to meat. This I've gotta beat. I've got to, with intention, do a self-intervention. Cause cows eat grain. It gives them stomach pain. They belch and fart methane. It's totally insane. I started scrolling through my phone so I wouldn't misconstrue. Methane is real bad. It's a witch's brew. My phone says, what? Oh dear, where are my glasses? Methane is the second leading cause of greenhouse gases. I decided to skip the burger. I ordered some tofu. Some changes in my diet are a little overdue. They say that methane's 20 times worse than CO2. Most of that's from cows. Look it up. It's true, because cows eat grain. It gives them stomach pain. They belch and fart methane. It's totally insane. Now I'm not going to promise I will give up meat. I'm not. I'm just saying I'll eat meat like it's a treat. Every now and then, no need for an excuse. The planet will be happy. So will ReReDuce. As far as my position on enteric fermentation, I'll heed what Eleanor Roosevelt once said to our great nation. Each citizen should give up things in worker sacrifice to help in times of crisis, like the melting of the ice, because cows eat grain. It gives them stomach pain. They belch and fart methane. It's totally insane. Cows eat grains. It gives them stomach pains. They belch and fart methane. It's totally insane. Thank you. I started reducing my carbon footprint about 6 or 7 years ago. I used to drive a beautiful RAV4 Silver. It was my first new car. I loved it. And one day I was sitting on the freeway and in traffic, and everybody was sitting alone in their car. And I thought of this song. You can hit it. I can get this in here. Go ahead. One person per car, really? One person per car. One person per car, really? One person per car. One person per car, really? One person per car. One person per car, really? One person per car. 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 One person per car, really? Thank you. So, thank you. As I was saying earlier, when I started to reduce my carbon footprint, what I did is I traded my car in for a scooter, like a Vespa. And I went from using 12 gallons of gas a week to using about 2 gallons of gas a week. And that was sort of a major reduction for me, and that's kind of how I started. Let's see here what I'm doing. And so what happened after I started riding a scooter mostly is it would be raining or it would be cold or something would happen and I would need to figure out another way to get around, and I started taking the bus. And when I first started taking the bus, I thought, oh my God, I just pat myself on the back. I'm just so amazing. I'm taking the bus and I'm helping with climate change. I'm such a cool person, right? And so I started riding the bus occasionally, and as time went on, I started using it more. And there's an app you can get and figure out when the bus is coming. And, I enjoyed walking to the bus stop and waiting for the bus. I got into it. And I would say now I probably use the bus about half the time. I use it when I can. And I wrote a little song about it. You can hear it. Please stop trash talking about riding the bus. It takes a little longer, don't make such a fuss. Ride when you can, even for a short stint. Every time you do, cut your carbon footprint. Riding the bus, we're riding the bus. Slowing climate change, damn right that's us. Tons less emission greenhouse effect. No fuss, no muss, we're on the bus. On the bus, find community. Maybe hookup opportunity. Network your way into your next job. You can saunter up the aisle, make friends, hobnob. If you party at night, give the bus a try. Forget about parking or DUI. Have lots of drinks, twist a fat blunt. Chat with the driver while you sit up front. Riding the bus, we're riding the bus. Slowing climate change, damn right that's us. Tons less emission greenhouse effect. No fuss, no muss, we're on the bus. If you ride twice a week, huge reduction. Slow things down like world destruction. End driving stress, arrive refreshed. 100 emails, 1 million texts. Last not least not, shout to my peeps. You're a climate crusader, take praise in heaps. Honor bus riding, see the benefit. Footprint slashed, time to own it. Riding the bus, we're riding the bus. Slowing climate change, damn right that's us. Tons less emission greenhouse effect. No fuss, no muss, we're on the bus. All right, thank you. Thank you. YouTube Live, I love it. So men have something only men have, and women have something only women have. And I want to talk about something everybody has. A carbon footprint. When I was starting out trying to figure out how to talk about this, most people don't know what their carbon footprint is, or they might not even know the concept of it. And I devised this easy carbon footprint estimator. It's 3 questions, and it can give you a very rough idea about what your carbon footprint is. And here we go. Question number 1. How many days a week do you consume animal products? Think of that number. How many days a week do you consume animal products? Question number 2. How many days a week do you drive alone in your car? How many days a week do you drive alone in your car? And then question 3 is, how many flights have you taken in the last 1 year? Round trip equals 2. So if you go to New York and back, that counts as 2. So in the last 1 year, how many flights have you taken? If you take those 3 numbers, add them up, that is a rough estimate of your carbon footprint. And to give you an idea what that means, in the United States, the average carbon footprint is 20 tons a year. In Europe, it's 10 tons a year, and the world average is 2 tons a year. So Americans emit about 10 times the average. And to give you an idea of what that is, a ton of carbon emissions is 1 million is equal to a big giant balloon that is 30 feet in diameter. That's 1 ton. And if you're thinking about it in relation to what you do, flying is the most carbon emitting activity that most of us do, and that emits 1 ton every 2 hours. So a 6-hour flight is 3 tons of emissions per person. So it's a lot, and it's the easiest way to reduce your carbon footprint is to cut down the number of flights you do. And with that in mind, we can hit it. Okay. So you answered the question 1 through 3, and you got your carbon footprint easy. Now share with your friends, even though it's kind of cheesy. 1 last step, easy breezy. Ready? Reduce significantly. Let's give a guarantee to the youth and all humanity. Emissions by half is what I perceive. Let's set an example in our community and do it voluntarily. Reduce significantly. Dispatch overwhelming feelings, become a less emitting being. By the end of this song, I want to see you agree. Saving tons of emissions, floor to ceiling, reduce significantly. We can't give in to the distraction. Let's get our reduction plan in action. Share the idea, give it traction, create a chain reaction. As emissions make contraction, we demonstrate our compassion. Reduce significantly. The time is now to face our fears. Our focus word, atmosphere. Everyone a volunteer. With personal emissions down every year. Reduce significantly. So you answered the questions 1 through 3, and you got your carbon footprint easy. Now share with your friends, even though it's kind of cheesy. Then reduce significantly. 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 Reduce. Thank you. Thank you. You know, there's many solutions and there's many people offering solutions for climate change, and my fantasy that we will enact in order to help combat climate change is to plant 5 billion trees in the next year. That's what I would love to see, because trees absorb carbon. So if we just planted 5, maybe 10 billion, I think it would make a big dent, and I would love to see that. Hit it. Here we go. I want to tell a story, not the birds and the bees. I'm talking trees, shooting the breeze. Photosynthesis is giving me chills like skateboarding. The Hollywood Hills, digging ecology, totally free. Think like a tree, third eye connectivity. Have lots of fun, come along with me. Get the show on the road, our destiny. Hands all around, hands all around. Eye on the positive, trees in the ground. Growing together, cutting air pollution. Planting more trees green's our revolution. Planting more trees, what a great idea. Gets real results, not a panacea. Trees store carbon somehow, some way, absorbing bad emissions every day. Planting trees, a fantastic action. A love transaction, satisfaction. Oxygen, fruits, their place to live. Power of trees, transformative. Hands all around, hands all around. Eye on the positive, trees in the ground. Growing together, cutting air pollution. Planting more trees brings our revolution. Plant a tree today, you'll feel so good. The best place to start? Your neighborhood. Make a canopy to shade us when we gather. Mother Nature heals, Stephen T. Mather. Trees can heal this climate crisis. Let's give the children paradise. Grab a shovel and a friend, roll up those sleeves. Let's get started planting trees. Hands all around, hands all around. Eye on the positive, trees in the ground. Growing together, cutting air pollution. Planting more trees brings our revolution. Hands all around, hands all around. Eye on the positive, trees in the ground. Growing together, cutting air pollution. Planting more trees brings our revolution. All right, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Okay, we're just barreling through here, my goodness gracious. I think I'm to my last song already. I'm to my last song, and I wanted to say thank you for everybody for staying and for hanging out and for coming to my set. I'm ReReDuce. Find me on YouTube, and this last song is actually the first song that I ever worked on, and it was a collaboration with a young man named Benjamin Latinsky. And I wrote this song because in response to going to a community meeting in my neighborhood, we had everybody at the meeting and people were talking about issues that were going on in the neighborhood, like crime or parking or housing or whatever. And everybody was chatting nicely, and then all of a sudden people started talking about litter and the litter problem. And everybody got really animated and super into talking about litter. And it just struck me how passionate they were about it. And I left there and I thought about it and I thought, litter, that's like the least of our worries. And you can hit it. Say what? No, it's reduce. There we go. And this is a true story, actually. It happened outside the Pig and Whistle. Truly, it did. I wouldn't exaggerate, would I? I was standing on the corner eating a candy bar when a lady drove up in a really fly car. I finished my candy, threw the wrapper down, and the lady said, with an angry frown, "Pick up that wrapper, you litter bug. Pick up that wrapper, you whippersnapper." Suddenly, folks were driving by, started honking their horns, giving me the stank eye. "You litter bug, you disgusting man. You need to throw that wrapper in the garbage can." About our use, we gotta reduce. It's about our use, we gotta reduce. It's about our use, we gotta reduce. It's about our use, and we gotta reduce. I said tailpipes ablazing, tossing carbon in the air, sir. Car exhaust is litter, come on, I know you care. It's litter, litter, yes it's litter, yes it is. Car exhaust is litter. Say it on Twitter. Each day, on our roads, driving close or driving far, 100 million drivers sit alone in their car. If for one day a week, these folks would ride together, that's 20 million off the streets, not screwing up the weather. So next time you go out of your wits about those little paper bits, think about 5 tons a year of litter our cars emit. It's about our use, we gotta reduce. It's about our use, we gotta reduce. It's about our use, we gotta reduce. It's about our use, and we gotta reduce. Now you say to ReReDuce, "Why are you giving this abuse? I can't give up my car, I have to work, it's too far." There's other ways from there to here. Once a week, ride with your peers, come on. We can do this now. bus, bike, or carpool, or other way don't have a cow, come on. It will take a little longer. 1 day a week reduction. It's a lot less production of CO2, that's litter. We can do this. Ready? About our use. We gotta reduce. It's about our use. We gotta reduce. It's about our use. We gotta reduce. It's about our use and we gotta reduce. Car exhaust is litter. Car exhaust is litter. It's about our use. We gotta reduce. It's about our use. We gotta reduce. It's about our use and we gotta reduce. Thanks everybody, I'm ReReDuce. Find me on YouTube. Thank you.